What's up guys, how we doing? So this month I wanted to try something new. I'm going to do a little wrap up of all the films I watched in January 2018. However, I'm not going to include any films that I've already reviewed, and this will be a nice little list of my least favorite to my favorite. So there were at least 11 films that I didn't review this month, and I want to see how many of you have seen them, what your thoughts on them, and I'm going to share some quick, really small little bits just to see if I can get you interested. Alright, let's get started. Coming in at number 11 is this film, Night Watch. For those of us who like a good international film, this one's got some really interesting editing techniques, the story is very intriguing. I definitely think it's one that I might need to watch again. I believe there's also a sequel and it might even be a full trilogy. Let me know your thoughts on this one if you think I should give it another shot. Next at number 10 is the classic 1933 King Kong. I finally got around to watching this on my own Blu-ray, and I will say I did enjoy it overall, however it is pretty dated. I think it's definitely worth seeing just for that iconic element of this monster and all the things that came and how this film really influenced its genre, such as creature features and all sorts of stuff. The special effects were groundbreaking for the time. Definitely check this out if you've never seen it before. However, go in with some modest expectations and realize this is an older film that's going to have some flaws. Number 9 is I, Tonya. This one was on my Oscars list and I wanted to make sure I saw it before the Academy Awards. Has some great performances from Margot Robbie as well as Allison Janney. The story is very intriguing about Tonya Harding, and you get to see a whole bunch of different sides, storytelling techniques. Feels like a documentary. There's some breaking the fourth wall. There are parts of it that drag a little bit, but overall definitely interesting and one that you should definitely check out at least once. Number 8 is The Jacket. This film stars Keira Knightley and Adrian Brody, and it has a very intriguing premise and overall storytelling technique. I enjoyed it a lot for the editing sequences and some of the plot twists and elements and kind of its unique storytelling narrative. I'd say it's one that also benefits from seeing it a second time. Let me know if you guys have and what you thought. Number 7 was Paddington. As some of you know, I reviewed Paddington 2, so of course I had to watch the original. I definitely enjoyed this film quite a lot more than I expected to. It had a very interesting dynamic of mixing the animated with the live action. It felt like a children's film but had a lot of adult themes and good smart humor. Very well done. I definitely think you check it out, and the sequel is even better. Number 6 is Dunkirk. This is one I wish I would have seen in theaters. I keep hearing from everyone around me who has seen it that it benefits from way better seeing it as on big of a screen and as great as a sound system as you can. However, I would say this is definitely an entertaining film regardless. I enjoyed it for the quality that I did have to see it in, and I would definitely recommend it to those of you who are fans of Christopher Nolan or war films. It's definitely a very interesting storytelling, great music from Hans Zimmer, and of course it is nominated for several Academy Awards. Number 5 is Phantom Thread. This was another one on my Oscars list which has been nominated for several awards. Definitely think you should check it out. It has some slow parts to it, but definitely overall it's a very interesting and intriguing story about a man and a woman who start to fall in love but have very big differences and how that really causes issues for them. Definitely some great performances and has some very interesting themes that will leave you thinking about it for several days after. Number 4 is Mayhem. I love my horror comedies, and this one even added a little bit of action to it. Samara Weaving and Stephen Yeun are a great combination. As soon as I found out they were in this movie, I had to check it out. I think it's a very entertaining story with a lot of cool little bits here and really fantastic moments of acting where the characters just look like they're going absolutely insane. Definitely check this one out if you haven't seen it. It's a lot of fun. Number 3, The Secret World of Arrietty. I love my Japanese animation films, and of course those from Studio Ghibli are my absolute favorite. This film was right up my alley. I've been wanting to see it for quite a while. It has great animation, fun and interesting characters based off the story of the borrowers. Definitely worth checking out if you've never seen it. Number 2, When Marnie Was There. From the same director of Arrietty, this film was fantastic as well. Has a lot of interesting elements that can relate back to adults and themes that are a little bit more challenging for kids. So I would say this is one that if you're a little bit older, you definitely gotta check it out. Has some beautiful, gorgeous animation, of course, and some very interesting characters. Definitely see it when you can. And my number 1 for this month would be 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I definitely wanted to check this one out before the Oscars. I had seen the director's work before from In Bruges, and I really liked the cast. Performances were terrific. Has a very interesting story and the way everything develops. Definitely one you gotta check out. It's got a lot of dark humor and things in there, and a very dramatic tale that I think is going to possibly win Best Picture this year. And that's why these films are diligent picks. So guys, if you had to pick one, which of those films are you now interested in watching? And I want to know one movie that you watched in January that you have to recommend to me that you think I should check out. Let me know if you guys like this idea and if you want to see me do it again in February. Of course, it's always fun to do an individual review, but for those that I don't get to do a full video on, I think it's nice to do a quick little wrap up to give you as much recommendations as I can. My name is Dylan, and if you love entertainment, subscribe to my channel while this video ends and send me a thumbs up before you go. Thanks for watching, and stay diligent.